Alright guys, so today I just kind of want to do an explanation of how I got into making videos, got into photography, and just got my foot in the door to the car community here in Calgary. Alright, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jay. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I'm 25 years old. I've within the last about 8 months, got really embedded into the car community, photography, and making videos basically. So backtrack about 3 years. 3 years ago I was drinking, partying uncontrollably, just basically wasting my life away. And it came to a point where I just said no more, and I swore off drinking for 1 full year. That year, I got into kickboxing, Muay Thai, and stuff like that, and just tried to fill the void of not drinking and basically having no fucking hobbies, because I spent my whole teenage life drinking and partying. So after about a year of kickboxing, I was just over it. I was over the physical exhaustion every day. I was doing it 5 days a week. I wanted to do something a little less intense. So after a year of not drinking, I was able to save up a pretty decent amount of money just from not drinking and partying. I was over kickboxing and Muay Thai and knew I needed to find a new hobby and something to fill my time with. So I started looking on Kijiji for a Skyline. I owned a Skyline when I was younger and just wanted to get back behind the wheel of a Skyline and get involved in the car community. After, months of looking on Kijiji, waiting for a good deal, a Skyline popped up on Kijiji. I went out and bought it same day. So when we went to look at the car, I had no idea that it was my old car. Not a clue. Once we got the car home, I noticed it had the exact same winter tires I had put on it like 6 years prior. I called my insurance company, ran the VIN number, and sure enough, it was my old Skyline. So now I have a car. I want to get involved in the car community. At this point, I have no idea of making a social media page, a YouTube page, or anything like that. I just want to get involved in the car community and pursue that as a hobby. The first time that the idea to kind of start taking pictures and posting them on social media came to me after the Driven show last year. I went to the Driven show with a buddy of mine, filled up my phone with photos, and later that night I was just at home going through all the photos and deleting them, and figured, hey, maybe I can start an Instagram page and start going to these car shows and posting the pictures of the cars I take onto the Instagram page. I started thinking about a name for the page, something car shows, Calgary, all into one, and I came up with 403 Street Driven. 403, for those of you that aren't from Calgary, is the area code for Calgary. I'm sure you could have guessed it. Right off the bat, I knew nothing. I didn't know where car meets were. I didn't know nothing about the local scene. I didn't know anybody. I was fresh into the car scene. So the first car show we went to, very first, my brother graduated from high school last year, and his high school holds a show and shine at the end of the year for the kids, teachers, all that, to bring their cars out. Went to that show the day after I bought my camera. I had no idea how to use it. Started taking pictures and just editing them on like shitty apps I could find on my phone. I knew nothing about photography, photo editing, or anything. So after the first show, I started looking for more where I could find weekly meets and whatnot. And the first weekly meet I found was what used to be the old meet at the casino, the Grey Eagle Casino, and they moved it to the Military Museum here in the city. The following weekend, after the Military Museum meet there, we went over to the YYC Cancer Cruise. It is a fundraising cruise here in Calgary, obviously raising money for cancer. Big, huge car show, tons of awesome cars. It was the first really big show and shine that we went to. And the first time I kind of went out handing out business cards and such, trying to promote my Facebook page. Days after the Cancer Cruise is when I reached out to my old friend Jesse Legault. If you guys watch the channel, you know Jesse, Titan Fabrication. And that's kind of when our partnership formed. I called him up, said, hey man, like, you looking to do photo shoot, video shoot, anything for the upcoming drift season? He was down. We ended up meeting up at the Military Museum, parked his car in front of a couple tanks, and just took some pretty cool photos and made the first like real 403 street driven video that was posted on the Facebook page. So at this point, I want to get into the drift scene. I want to go out to drift events and take photos. I've always been a fan of drifting ever since the Race City days, DMCC days, way back when, and that was something I was interested in getting involved with. I messaged Spec D, asked if I could come out, take a couple photos at an event, and sure enough, they were nice enough to let me come out, set me up on the track, and showed me the ropes. The first Spec D event, I basically just went out and took photos. This was before we really got into making videos. I think the only video we made up to this point was the video for Jesse Legault. Right around this time is when we found out about the Menace Rides meets. For those of you that don't know, the Menace Rides meet is a weekly meet here in Calgary, mostly JDM tuner style cars. The Menace meet is where I really started getting more practice with photography and where we started making our first Facebook videos. So we decided to start making little clips for Facebook, and my brother took over the role of being the filmer while I continued to do all the photography for the Facebook page. So at this point, we're basically hitting every single car show that we can make it to, whether it's 200 kilometers away or down the road. We're trying to make it to every car event we can possibly make it to. We went to Spec D round 2 and made our first drift videos. Since getting into the drift community and going out and filming drift videos and doing photography at drift events is definitely my favorite thing to film and photograph. It's so much fun. Everyone in the drift community is so nice. There's no ego to it or my ride's better than yours or none of that bullshit. It's just such a friendly, nice community to be involved with. Now we've been making videos for the last maybe month or so, and we decided it is time to launch our YouTube channel. At the time, we were editing all these little mini video edits on iMovie on our cell phones. So you can imagine trying to make really any size video on a 16 gig iPhone. It's near impossible. You have to delete everything off your phone just to make a little 3-minute video. So at this point, I decided I wanted to invest a bit more money into the page, go out and buy a MacBook and something that we could edit a much better video on, a full-length video, not have to worry about filling up our phone, and just a better quality video. So the first video we ever put on YouTube, Spec D round 3. If you scroll down to the bottom of our YouTube page, you can go and watch our super shitty first video. At this time we were still filming with an iPhone and a selfie stick, so you can imagine. After that, the rest is history. It's all on YouTube. You can go watch our old videos. Every video we got a little bit better. I think by episode 4 is when we finally bought a gimbal so we could have steady film instead of fucking going around with selfie sticks looking stupid as always. Alright, before I get into our future plans, in honor of a new season, new things to come, I'm going to shave off this fucking glorious beard I've been growing for the past year. It gets really hot, it gets dirty at work, and I'm just over it. I was worried about this. I seem to get a fat chin. I may regret this. The fuck is this? Alright, so now on to the future plans. I asked on Instagram if anyone had any questions about the channel. We got a few here. More than I expected. We got that guy with a 180, aka Jesse Monroe, local drifter, asks, what's your biggest hopes for 2017? Biggest hopes, I don't know, hopes is kind of a weird word. If you don't mind, I'll change the word hopes to goals. The goals for 2017 is just keep growing. I want to work more on the YouTube channel, get more traffic coming to this channel, and try to get it on the same level as, you know, the Facebook page or the Instagram page. If we can hit 1,700 subscribers by the end of the season, I will be more than happy. The main goal really is just keep putting out good content and just keep doing what I'm doing and getting better every time. I want to be better this year than I was last year and better next year than I will be this year, and just keep pursuing this. I'm loving it. And yeah, that's the goals for 2017. Just keep on keeping on. At unknown DSM, what made you choose a Skyline? I guess a Skyline was the first car that ever really introduced me to JDM cars. Way back when I was maybe 15 or 16 years old, a buddy of mine ended up buying a Skyline. It was the first time I've ever seen a JDM car, or figured out what a JDM car was, and I loved it. I thought it was the fucking coolest car ever. You know, at 16 years old, we were riding around in the Skyline, and I thought it was the shit, and just fell in love. I ended up buying the Skyline, and everything I hoped it could be. I love the car. I still love the car, and I can't see myself really changing cars right now. I'm really happy with Skylines. Maybe one day I want to get into another JDM car, something RX-7 or something maybe. Who knows? This question came as a private message, so I'm not sure if they want their name on YouTube. Do you guys ever come out to Red Deer or Sylvan Lake? We have not done anything in Red Deer or Sylvan Lake. I know Sylvan Lake holds a big show and shine every year, and we do want to make it to that this year. The closest event we do to Red Deer would be Leduc, because the Spec D events always, you know, come by, say hi. Another question I've gotten over the season is, earlier in the season, I basically planned to do a build for my car, and over the winter I had to park my car in a buddy's garage. It's an unheated garage. We had a fucking terrible, cold, shitty winter. Not the most fun to be able to put into the car. A little short, brief description of what I plan to do with the car. I'll be doing a whole nother video going further in depth exactly what I want to do with the car. But I want to get the car on the track. I want to try a couple of the local autocross events. Those would be fun to just go fucking rip around and have some fun. And I want to get my car onto the drift track. There's a lot of issues I'm going to have getting my car to be able to drift. It's a GTS 4. First of all, it's a four-wheel drive car. I never bought it expecting to drift the car, so it would need quite a bit of modification to make it a half-decent drift car. Over the winter, I was able to save up some money and order wheels for my car. I'm not going to give away the wheels I bought right now. I tried to order them a few days ago, and they're completely sold out of the color I want, and now it looks like I'm going to be waiting another month before they're back in stock. Once I get those wheels, I will be working with Zestino Tires Canada this year. They're going to help me out with some tires, so the only thing I'm going to be running on my Skyline from now on, every event, will be Zestino Tires. There will be lots of content from those guys coming out. Make sure you go check them out on Facebook and Instagram. I'll put their link or tag right here. Throughout the season, I want to buy new equipment. The main thing right now is a new GoPro. We've been filming on a GoPro that's fucking from 1982. It's the first GoPro released, I'm pretty sure, the first Hero. It's not even mine. A buddy lent it to me and let me use it for the season. We've been using it, but it's just shit. It doesn't even use 720p. It's like, I don't even know. It's terrible video quality, and we need a new GoPro. Big things this year. We landed our first sponsored show and shine. We will be proudly sponsoring the Show Your Ride for Brandon this year. We'll be out there doing the official video and promoting that event throughout the year. We will also be back at Spec D this year as a media partner, all 5 events. I'm going to try and make it up to the motor show for the Spec D demo they're having up there. Fingers crossed I can get the time off work. But I take so much time off work to go to these events. I'm pretty lucky to have a boss that's really supportive of what I'm doing and understands, you know, I need a few days off to pursue my hobby. Other equipment I would like to buy this year. Last year I kind of bought the more expensive items I needed, such as this camera, my MacBook, a gimbal. This year, besides the GoPro, I may at some point buy a drone. I don't know, they're pretty expensive, but I know I can buy a drone that's compatible with a GoPro for around $1,000. Which, if I can afford it, I'm going to do it. Another thing in the future, which will probably not happen this year, is I would really like to get a gimbal for my DSLR. But they're stupid expensive. For a pretty shitty one, they start at like $1,500, and I'd like to buy a half-decent gimbal. But that's probably going to be a later on. Maybe next year we'll get a gimbal for this camera. If everything goes well this year and I really want to keep just dumping money into this page. This year I want to focus more of my income on my car and just kind of getting that a little closer to where I want it to be. I have an idea of what I want the car to be in my head, and it's basically just time and funding. Over the summer, I'll be working towards it. Like I said, I'll be doing an update video pretty soon here in the future, just to go over exactly my plans and how I plan on achieving that. If I had any advice for YouTubers that are just starting out, just fucking do it. Don't be scared of what people are going to think or what people are going to say. For me, talking in front of a camera at first was really weird, and I was kind of worried about what people would think, as stupid as that sounds. But I've gotten more comfortable, and this is what I want to do. If people don't like it, you know, fuck off, I don't care. For the titles of the videos, I've been doing like 403 Street Driven Episode 1, 403 Street Driven Episode 2, and you know, I thought that was cool at first, but now it's just kind of stupid, and I want to do a more descriptive title for the videos, just so people scrolling through YouTube, if they see something that catches their eyes, they're going to click on it. Because you see 403 Street Driven Episode 1, you really have no fucking idea what it's about or anything. I would like to say thank you to everybody that has supported us up until this point, everyone that's watched our videos, everyone that's subscribed to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, followed us on Instagram, whatever it be. I appreciate you guys so much. It gives me the motivation to continue making videos, and I honestly really appreciate everyone that watches these videos. If you've made it this far into this video, I think we're around the 18-19 minute mark. If you message me on the Facebook page before the next video drops, I will send you a free sticker. I just appreciate you guys so much, and you know, it's the least I can do. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it shed some light on what I'm doing and my future goals. So, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.